everyone, welcome to Thoughts and Treasures. It's Connie. I want to welcome you into my craft room. And tonight we are going to be working with this wood box. I'm not sure where I got it from. I do believe it was, actually this might be the one I just picked up at Joann's. And it was over on the craft shelf so quickly I don't know where it came from. I do believe this is one I just picked up from Joann's. It says Park Lane on it. Wood box. That's definitely not a Michael's thing, so we're gonna pick that up real quick. But I do believe this is the one I just got. I like it because, well, there's no hinges and it's just gonna be a cute little box. But what I'm gonna do with this, because y'all know that I do work with the Glowforge, the laser, and I also work with the Cricut a lot. So tonight I'm gonna do a Cricut project. By that I mean vinyl. You can use a silhouette, it's fine too, whichever one. But we are going to put Happily Ever After on the top of this. And then I also have, don't mind this one, I cut more. I have these little flourishes that we're going to put on the corners. And I'm going to show you how to apply it. Now I've already weeded this out. If you are interested in knowing how to do that, I can do a, oh, I missed a piece. Look at that. Oh, I don't know where the, use this one. I missed a little piece. If you are interested in me showing you how to do that, I can do a video on that one day too. Oops. But I did miss a little piece there. So we're going to first paint this little box up and then I'll show you how to apply that. Again, we're not going to make this a difficult project, probably more painting involved than anything, but I am going to, and what I chose is I'm going to do the bottom portion in this agave, kind of a teal color. I believe I have to stir that up. And we're going to do the top part in plaster. So since I did the letters in black, you do want to use a light color for the top. If you use something dark, the black isn't going to come up and show up. You'll have to do your vinyl in different colors. So I went ahead and printed it out on the black letter, so we're going to use something with a light top. But again, doesn't have to be. You can do whatever you want. I forgot to eat the Wheaties today. Lord. I'm going to have to get a... Look at that. I just wanted to use that. Ugh. Ugh. Let me get a little stirrer out because this definitely needs to be stirred. I'm trying to, and if you've watched prior videos, you have seen me talk about the Waverly paint and how I'm really pretty much done with it unless it's like a project I'm doing. I have nothing against them. I really like the products. It just, I do not use them fast enough to I don't use them fast enough, plain and simple. So I'm really trying just to use them up, or I've got a lot of paint over there, so it's not like it's all going to get used quickly. But I figured since, well, this was really separated. I should have rolled this around a little bit. Hold, please. Really should have shook this around, not just stirred it. I didn't realize it was so separated. Again, sorry about that. If you are new to watching me, welcome in. I hope you will consider hitting that follow button and becoming part of our family here. I go live Monday through Thursday, 8:30 till 9:30. Then on Sundays at 7 p.m. for our live sale. And then every night at 6 o'clock, it's around 6 o'clock, I upload a video. You can watch at your leisure. Crunch, I heard crunch. Alright, I think that's pretty good enough. Pretty good enough? I think that's good language. We'll just go with that. Alright. Let's see. So I'm not gonna worry about the lip at all. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna worry about the lip. And I'm not gonna worry about the inside of the box. I'm gonna keep that as is. But we're just gonna paint the round, the top, and the bottom. And then we can go from there. Ooh, it's hot down here today. Well, let me know what the weather is like by you. It was pretty nice today. Might have to do 2 coats on this, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm just finding with the Waverly, I'm just not using it fast enough for it to get shelf life out of it. So, once I have what I have, unless I need it for a specific project, I'm not going to go gung-ho with buying the pretty colors. They do have, I mean, the paint itself, I have nothing against the paint. I think it is amazing. It's just, I don't use it fast enough. Let me know if you guys have the same problem with it. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't they used to use, well, no, it was chalkboard paint. I don't know. Did they use this ever for furniture? I don't know. I'm not a furniture painter. Not by any means. I do think this is a very pretty color though. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe this box came from Joann's, because it's probably one of the 2 things I purchased since they've been going out of business. And I think when I went up there the second time, I don't think they had any more. So again, you snooze, you lose, right? It's okay. And I just thought this would be nice keepsake box. Be a great gift for a wedding. Or family stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be just because it says happily ever after. Doesn't really decide wedding. I was trying to find something. I'm always hard at, unless I absolutely need something to come up with, to find something for a box or find something for a specific thing. I get a loss for creativity there. So, trying to get any of this on the inside. I'm going to give it a quick dry. Now, if I was actually going to have this for somebody, then I could come up with something. So I just said, well, that's pretty. It's a nice little saying you can put on there. And I basically wanted to do it to show you guys how to apply vinyl and have it out there. I might just put a quick coat on this and then do one more quick coat over this. Painting always seems to be the longest process, but the painting is what makes it complete and gives it the character that it needs. So, take your time on it, enjoy it. Like I said, I really enjoy painting, especially when it's mindless like this, you know. I mean, it's just, now when you get those figurines and the ceramic figures and stuff, oh no, that's just too much concentration. way too much concentration. And then when you paint, you get it on this, and then you got to go over paint back over that. Yeah. That's what I always say. I always did plastic canvas because needlepoint, cross stitch just took too much time and concentration. So I like to keep it simple. Simple the better. I should have started with the top so I could let that dry. Because when you put vinyl on, you want to make sure that your paint is completely dry. Even if you have to walk away from it for the day, the longer you let it sit, the better. So, you know, if I was going to do this box for somebody, I would paint it up one day, let it go for a couple days, and then come back and finish it up with the vinyl. The longer you let it sit and dry, the easier it is for the vinyl to adhere to it without ripping up your paint. But we're going to make do and see how it works. I will tell you, working with antique wax and vinyl, whew, you want to be very, very careful and make sure that you have this, what do you call it? Fuzzed your transfer sheet as much as you can possibly, so it is like not sticky at all. Alright, let's get this last side. And I am going to do the bottom of this. Down. Let this dry. Actually, you know what? I probably will, because I'm going to get paint all over everything. Not completely dry, but I'm going to flip it over so we can do the bottom while the sides are drying. While the sides are drying. But this is just a nice, easy way to decorate a box. Now again, I'm keeping it simple. We're not going to go overboard with this, but there's so much you could do with it. I mean, the possibilities, again, are so endless. You could put some lace around this if you wanted to make it pretty. You could add some bling to it. You could paint the sides a different color, stripes on them. You know, endless possibilities. I'm going to keep it simple. Because basically, I want to show you all about putting the canvas. Putting the, oh my gosh, vinyl! I can't even talk. My brain's saying one thing and I'm trying to say the other. Put some vinyl on. And show you how easy it can be. Now I do sell vinyl cutouts with anybody, you know, I don't have a Cricut type of thing, that's fine. You don't have to. So when you do purchase a vinyl cutout from me, it will come weeded and with transfer tape on it. However, I'm going to show you how to apply the transfer tape also. So basically all of the work is done for you, you just have to place it on. And that is a little tricky too, so. Now once I get the second coat on, I'm going to put it to the side and let it dry. On its own. Put one more coat on here and then I'm just going to set it to the side. This paint does dry so much darker. You can really see if you get all the spots with your second coat. Some paints it's like, did I get it all? This one you can definitely tell. Smooth down. Now I'm going to move this to the side carefully so I don't get it all over everything. And let that dry on its own instead of wasting more time. I do want to get this off the lid. Close that up before I spill it. Now I'm probably going to have to do the same thing. I'm going to lift this stuff up. Alright. Let me shake this one first. See if that matters. Oops. Second. And I didn't want to go white, so that's why I used the plaster. Plaster is more like of an off-white-ish color. And I'm going to start with the sides first. Keeping it simple. I'll probably have to do a couple coats of this. And I'm not gonna, you know, make it rusty. I'm just gonna keep it plain. Just because I really don't have a rhyme or reason for this box. I'm not making it for anything. Just basically crafting to show you how a little bit of Cricut vinyl, or I call it Cricut vinyl because that's what I use, because I have never owned a Silhouette. I do use the Silhouette program, but I do not use the machine. So I always say Cricut. It's kind of like an Android and an iPhone. I don't know why I've started with the Cricut. That's just where I went, and I've stuck with it. Do I have anything against the Silhouette? Nope, don't know it. I know people use it. It might be a little, to me, the certain things that I do know about the Silhouette, and again, I could be wrong, so please, you know, leave some messages in the comments. It just seems it's a little more trickier to use, let's just say that. Whereas the Cricut, I think, it's very, oh, what's the word I want to use? More simplistic. There are goods and bads. I'm going to tell you the one thing bad about the Cricut is that once you create a design within Design Space, you can't do anything with it. It's there for life. I don't like that. That's why I use the Silhouette program, because I can design in there and then I can use it on my Glowforge, I can use it in my Cricut, I can use it wherever I want to. That is the one thing bad about Cricut. That is not bad about Silhouette. But I think the overall functions in the Silhouette are a little more technical, whereas in Design Space for Cricut it's more user friendly, and that's good for beginners. But then once you start learning things, you'll be like, gosh, I don't understand why Cricut does this, because we can do so much more. Yes, you can. You can do a lot more with the Silhouette Design Space than you can with the Cricut Design Space, but some people don't want that. So I think it's a little more challenging. It's basically what I think is a good word for it. And depending on your level and your skill, there's always room for, learning more things. Yikes. But I've been doing the Cricut for many years. I absolutely love it. I've started out, very first projects I ever did with the Cricut were wine glasses, actually, believe it or not. Dollar Tree wine glasses. I mean, I take that back. That is the first item I started selling. First item I probably made was, oh, I put vinyl on this and I vinyled my refrigerator, still up there to this day. I made stickers for my car, decals. I don't like when people use stickers, and I just said the same word, because they're not really, they're decals. Vinyl is not a sticker. Even the sticker sets that I sell, they're made with a vinyl, printable vinyl, which is better quality than a sticker paper. There is sticker paper out there that is very thin and very flimsy, and you can rip it very easily. Let me get that dry so I can put another coat on the top. Yeah, that was one of my pet peeves is when people say, "Can you make me a sticker for my car?" No, I can't, but I can make you a decal. So it's the same thing with my dad growing up, well, not growing up, but when he had his RV. And he said, oh, we're going to do something like, oh, the camper, you're going to the camper. He's like, it's not a camper, it's an RV. I guess after you spend so much money, it becomes not a camper anymore. But that always bothered him when people would call it a camper. I don't know, what's the difference between a camper and an RV? Price? Quality? So I guess that's kind of the same concept. When you say decal, it's like one thing, and you say sticker, it's like, so it's quality. If that makes any sense. I don't know. But I really would like to know if anybody does use a Silhouette out there. What are your thoughts? Have you used Design Space versus? I would love to know if you have, used the Design Space versus the Silhouette Business Studio. Have you used the Cricut versus the Silhouette? I have never used, like I said, I have never used the actual Silhouette machine. I just see, you know, when people are trying to do print and cuts on the silhouette, it's like, oh my gosh. I am in groups, so I see what people are saying. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help you on that one. I don't know. Look, in Design Space, you just push that button. You know, the registration marks just automatically appear. To me, to find, you know, when I hear things, you have to actually put the registration marks on, and I'm like, oh, I don't know nothing about that. So, you know, it is what it is. I figured I have 2 Cricuts. I really don't need to venture into another vinyl cutting machine. Never. And again, why did I get the Cricut? I have no idea. There was no wrong, you know, there was no right or wrong answer to it. I just happened to see the Cricut and thought, oh, this is a cool machine. Let's get it. And learned it from there. If I would have seen the Silhouette to begin with, I probably would be a Silhouette user. And I do want to get this dry good. So I might actually put this to the side while I dry the bottom part. Like I said, vinyl, you don't want to put it on wet because it's not going to stick at all. It's going to pull your paint up. I should have done this one first, but you know, it's too late now. If it pulls the paint up, well, we'll fix it. Like I said, the best ideal thing to do, unless you are pressed for time, is to paint it, let it sit overnight, walk away from it, come back 6 hours, whatever the case is, and then put your vinyl on. That way it actually gives the paint time to sink into the wood, finish drying, getting its little fibers up, relaxing, let it drink a little bit. I mean, you got to do whatever it needs. But for time's sake, that's why all us crafters have these little heat tools. It speeds the process up. Because I know nobody likes to watch paint dry anyway, but it allows for a quicker I love it. Just like that. Look, it seems so pretty. Just adding paint to something makes it so pretty. Alright, I'm going to give this one last try. And I hope I did my measurement correct. This is an 8x8 square, so when I'm on the computer in Design Space, I actually put in a square. And again, I could do some videos on that too if anybody's interested, and just let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'd like to see that. So I put an 8x8 inch square in, and then I designed my words to placement in that square. So, I mean, that looks bigger because of the paper behind it. Then I'm going to have my little address. Now, unless I calculated wrong, which won't be the first time, these should all fit on here nicely, and the words should fit in the middle. You're going to find out just like me whether it's going to happen or not. So, one thing you're going to need for this is you're going to need, I'm going to put this to the side a second. I'm going to start with my edgers first. I'm going to put the corners on first. Transfer tape. This is just regular. I don't know why it has blue lines on there because I don't ever use the lines. I really wish it wouldn't, but this is a good brand. I have this in my Amazon shop. If you guys are looking for a transfer tape, there's one with red. It's a lot thicker backing to it. That makes it more difficult to kind of bend it. This one is nice and thin, and it allows you to, so if you need to put like half of it on, half of it off, excuse me, half of it on, half of it off, you can bend it back. That's why I go with this one. However, you know, these lines are supposed to be so you can get things straight. Yeah, I don't know how you get it on there straight, but anyway. we're just gonna go with it and say, let's just have fun with it. No, I don't ever use them. I mean, it's nice to cut a straight line with them. I can't even do that. I'm just gonna cut a piece off. I didn't even measure because I was thinking about that, but oh my gosh, these are gonna fit this. Yeah, it's gonna work that good. Perfect. So I use the same piece for everything, but I'm gonna leave this set aside and just use one of these pieces. I don't even need a big piece. I'm just gonna put this down. And then you can keep that for scraps for later. You can reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse this over and over. So I did mess up on one of these when I was weeding this out. So I just went ahead and made some more just because. If you ever mess up on a project and say, you know, you lost a heart here, don't reprint the whole thing or recut the whole thing. Just go to your image. If it's all one thing, you can slice this out. Then you can just put the heart in there, just like a puzzle piece. Don't ever, I mean, because sometimes images can be so finicky that you end up, this time you missed a heart, next time you missed this little thing over here, then it's going to be an endless process. You're never going to get it all. So you're going to waste so much material doing that. Don't do it. I just say, look, if there's something missing, this one actually came out nice, so I didn't miss anything. However, I did miss up on this piece here. Now, I didn't have to do 3 of them. I was just like, whatever. It's going to come out anyway, so I was like, whatever, just print it. I'm going to cut these 3 separate. And then I'm going to take my transfer tape. So your transfer tape does have a backing on it. This part is going to be sticky. This piece you can just throw away. Don't worry about it losing its stickiness. I mean, just do what you got to do. Even if you want to fuzz it, you can fuzz it. That's what fuzzing means. See how it now became all icky? It's fine. You can still use it. I'm just going to put it down on here. The key. You can use one of them little squeegee things. I don't have any. I'm just going to use my fingers. Here's a number 1 tip. Do not do this. Okay? Simply turn it over and pull from the back. See how nice and easy it comes up? And if it doesn't, stop. And then you can just wiggle it off. And it comes off so much easier. 99% of the time people try to pull from the front up and it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. You can have a so fuzzed, non-sticky piece of transfer tape and still when you pull it from the back up, it will come off. So I'm going to put this right here in the corner. Now this design came from Design Space. The flourish part came from Design Space, which if you pay for, you get them free. Well, you're paying for the monthly fee. And then we're just going to see. I didn't even really burnish it down. All I did was rub my finger over it. If it comes up, it comes up. Stop and go back down. I don't want to pull quickly because I do not want to, even though there's nothing here, I don't want to pull it quickly because I don't want any of the paint to come up. So slow, slow, slow. Repeat after me, slow. So I'm just going to use the same piece again. Again, do not do this. See, it doesn't even come up. Part of it does, part of it doesn't. Stop. Down. Slowly. See now, see how that piece is coming up? We're just going to stop. Hold your finger as close to the board, what's this called? The backer and your image. And you're just going to pull slowly. If you see something come up, stop. And just go down. and it comes right up. Very, very easy. I mean, it takes a little bit. I always call it walk it back. And I'll show you why. Put that on this corner. And I'm just eyeballing this. Just rub it down a little bit. And then we're going to walk it back. Don't yank it up this way either. There's a key to it too. Do not just yank it up. Walk it back. Hold it down as close to your project as you can. And just walk it back. And continue walking it back. Don't pull this up either because this is still down on your project with your fresh paint. Like I said, if it's not dry, it'll come up. You can pull that up, and the stickier this stuff is, it will come up quicker. So I just put it down, rub a little bit. I'm not even rubbing that hard. And then another key I can tell you is go from the corner. Don't go from the side over. Go from a corner and just walk it back. Walk it back. That's going to be the thing. Walk it back. If it comes up, see how that's coming up right there? We're just going to wiggle it down. Wiggle and jiggle. And tickled inside her. All right. What nursery rhyme is that? Put that there. And again, vinyl comes in any color, lots of different colors. I personally, I'm going to tell you, I don't want to call it cheap. It is the least expensive vinyl that I have ever seen, but it is the best and easiest vinyl to use. It is StarCraft. If you're thinking about trying the Dollar Tree vinyl to practice with, run far, far away, because I'm telling you, it does not cut. People get frustrated with the Cricut vinyl because it does not cut. You would think that they would have the best vinyl because that's what their machine is, but and the more you use your transfer tape, the less stickier it's going to get, so you will see things come up. However, just keep wiggling and jiggling until it stays down. That's why I'm saying you can use a piece of transfer tape that is not hardly sticky. I mean, I could probably lift this up and it'll probably fall. I don't want it to because then my image could land on something. But this is so, I mean, it's a little tacky, but it's not sticky at all. And it doesn't have to be that sticky. I mean, if you're doing multiple items of something, you can reuse the same piece of transfer tape until you just feel like, all right, I'm done with this piece. I'm just done with it, and then you get a new piece. Now, if you're making this for somebody, you can put their initials in the box. But isn't that, look at that, just adding those corner pieces. Look, I'm going to show you on the box. Just adding those corner pieces, this is beautiful. I mean, you could put a nice initial on here or put somebody's last name on here. There's a split font that you could use where, you know, it's a big, let's say a big M, and then you could put Myers in the middle of it. There's just so many possibilities to these boxes. It's just beautiful. So, all right, now I'm done with this. I mean, it's really sticky, but I mean, it comes off my finger that easy. So when I say you do not need it to be sticky, I mean you just need it enough to hold on to your design. That is it. All right, let me put this to the side. Now I am going to use this new piece for this big design. Most of the time when I put the corners on like that, I can't get this apart. I'll put the big piece on in the middle first, but then I was thinking, probably get something off in the center, and you know it's okay. So, like I said, why there's lines, I have no idea. I mean, there's probably a reason for them. I just don't know what it is. Put that down. And if this is something you want to, more Cricut ideas, please just let me know in the comments. Say yes, definitely do some more Cricut projects. You saw, all I did was this. You don't need them burnishers and, yeah, you don't need all that. You don't, really. This is the thing. Now, like I said, keep it low and slow. Low and slow, there you go. And just walk it back. If you have to use 2 hands, use 2 hands. If this gets to be too much, you have a humongous project, you can do this. Cut that off, throw that away. I always say go from an angle. It's so much easier, but just keep it low and slow. I'm gonna get these words going. Walk it back, 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 and wait. That's all there is to it. Simple as that. Alright, we're gonna bring this over. There is no right or wrong on the, Now, let me tell you, when you put this down, sometimes you have a one and done chance. There are other options. I'm not going to show you in this option because I'm just going to put this down. If it's crooked, it's crooked. If it's straight, it's straight. If it's not in the middle. But some wood, with the stickiness of this right here, it's down, you can't pick it up. Sometimes when you put it down, you have a chance to move it around a little bit. Sometimes you don't. So, take precautions in that. We're just going to kind of eyeball it. So you want to kind of hold it, like maybe hold it in like a U shape kind of. Not like a total U shape, but you know, something up so that see? Well, we're going to go right about, I don't know if it's centered, but this is handmade with love. All I'm saying. And now, be careful because I have transfer tape on. Yeah, I did hit that one too. I was going to say, wow, I didn't hit that one. So you do not just want to like rip this up from here. Start again at a corner. Be careful because this transfer tape could, not always, but could possibly pick up this other piece that you had already laid down. So again, slow and steady. Isn't that what the tortoise said to the hare? Keep it, don't pull up on here. Go as close to the image as you possibly can. You have more control over it that way. Watch for anything coming up. If you see anything at all coming up, stop. What do? Stop. So do not do this. You pull down and do it this way. Now you can reuse this again. I'm going to put it over here on my, look. That's pretty darn centered. No one's going to know if it's not. And just like that. Simple, cute little box. Now, if you wanted to paint the inside, you didn't like it that color, you could antique wax the inside. You can Mod Podge a picture on here of yourself. There's so many possibilities to the boxes. Like I said, if you don't like it just plain Jane like that, you could put some lace around it, bling around it. You could do whatever you feel. If you're giving it to somebody as a gift, of course, I think I probably, well, I don't know. I mean, it's nice as it is. It would be make a nice gift to somebody. who's getting married or something, bridal shower gift, hey, there's possibilities. But that's what I have for you tonight, or today, whenever you're watching this. I hope it was helpful, and we didn't peel any paint off on that one, so that was good. But that's what the finished product looks like. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it inspired you. And like I said, if this is something you want to see more of, different Cricut techniques, different Cricut projects, I couldn't think of the word, let me know in the comments, and you know, we could work that out so I can do more for you. But I do want to say thank you for joining me in my craft room tonight. If you join again tomorrow, I will have a video up probably around 6 p.m. Eastern time. I try to do that at least 4 times a week, so if you kind of want to join me and know, instead of joining me live, you can join these videos. Ask questions. I read all the comments. If you have questions and you feel like I have not answered you, are more than welcome to message me. I do have a channel. If you would like to know when I go live or when I drop my videos, you can join it. If you go right to thoughtstotreasures.com, Thoughts to Treasures, I'm probably going to put the link over there on my website too. Thoughts to Treasures, you can scroll down and you'll see where you can be added to my channel. I do have a website. It does not take orders. It is more like a looky-loo. I call it a catalog. So it gives you ideas of what I have over there. If you're looking for something like this with vinyl cutout and you don't have your own Cricut, you are more than welcome to message me with that too. But I do want to say thank you for joining me in my craft room tonight. As always, remember, thoughts become things, things become treasures. I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.